This was a wild day for Rory McIlroy. I mean, he was humming along. And here he is, the par 3 15th. He started on the 10th over at Spy in a kind of a muted lavender slack today. And he's trying to goose that one along. And you can just see how receptive these greens are.
Yeah, and certainly this is the test for Rory this week, if he can play those three-quarter shots to take the spin off of those wedges.
Yeah, you've talked about that all week, and you're absolutely right. It's a big, big improvement in his game, as this has been his putting. I much prefer him with this putter. I know he toyed around with going back to the old Scotty Cameron that he putted with before the Masters last year. I think he's putted his best with that putter that he has at the moment. Beautiful put there on 4.
What a gorgeous hole this is, number 4 at Spy.
It's incredible. He laid back off the tee. We saw some guys take driver up around the front of the green since it was playing downwind. It's one of the most intimidating short iron shots on the peninsula, and executed there, leaving himself an uphill putt.
So target is absolutely tiny there.
He birdied 1 and 2, rather 1, 3, and 4.
This is not an easy shot either. It's a very, very slim and narrow green. You got to get your distance control spot on. It's well over 200 yards, so probably a 4-iron there for McIlroy again, hunting down that flag. So
he's bogey-free, and he's 6 under with 4 holes to play. And he bogeyed 6, and now the par 5-7.
And it was a bit of a sloppy 3-putt on 6. Pulled this tee shot way left over there. There's a bunch of trees, and he's going to find a little spot of bother.
You know, often we see with all of these players, one mistake leads to another. And not alone did he get himself in bother here, but, you know, with the head kind of swiveled a little bit, he went on to make a fatal error here with this drop.
Yeah. So
he certainly did take an unplayable back online. We'll get more into what happened after the round.
Yeah. Well, he just trying to get out of here, with par, bogey at the worst. Again, he was leading the tournament. Granted, it was early, but at 6 under with 4 holes to play, he's leading the tournament.
And this is a new pin here on 8. It's down on this really steep front part. You cannot be above this hole. He just had a wedge in his hand from the center of the fairway and made a crucial error, leaving that up on top of the slope. And you'll watch this one, Paul, just run all the way off the green.
Course management is so vital around there and controlling your distances. And with only a wedge, that was a poor misjudgment with the second shot after us talking about how good his wedge play was. It's a newly constructed green, this. You can see that new grass there. And they've tried to create more pin positions on it. So you get the wrong tier at your peril.
He thought he made bogey at that par 5-7. You see, it became a triple bogey. He was assessed a 2-shot penalty, and we're going to show you why. So just to repeat, 6 under, 4 holes to play, including that par 5. He plays the last 4 in 5 over par. Here's what happened. Johnson explained.
So he's in here trying to get to see if he can swing it. He ultimately decides to take an unplayable, and so you can either take 2 club links, go back to the spot where he hit the shot, or what he's going to choose is take a line between the ball and the flag and go back on that line. You can see here him getting that line. The mistake he made, and this was a change back in 19, where you could drop a club over. Let's hear what Rory has to say about it in person.
So I took an unplayable on 7, and I took it back online, and then unbeknownst to me, the rule changed in January 2023, where you used to be able to come back online, take a club length either side. That was changed in 2019 to be able to do that. I wasn't aware that rule was changed again in 2023. So I took a drop thinking of the 2019 rules when everything was sort of changed, not knowing that the rule was changed again in 2023. So I got a 2-stroke penalty there.
So instead of a round of a 3 under 69, it is 1 under 71. We know he's capable of spotting the field, a big lead. It happened in Dubai. What was he, 10 back? 10 back and won the tournament. It was a little bit different field here than the one they saw in Dubai. But what'd you think of what happened, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, one mistake leads into another, and, I think it's a challenge of all of these top players, and Rory is the epitome of it. This concentration levels and high-intensity levels to play 4 rounds of golf, and Rory does have areas in a round, and he's so good he often comes back from it, but areas in a round or in the tournament where he has a flat 6 holes or a flat 9 holes, or in this case, a flat 3 holes, and before you know it, there's a few shots littered away. Now, what he's able to do, because he's so good, is he comes back with a vengeance. So we have to see if he's going to do that again. But, you know, it's the concentration levels, and it's the biggest challenge for players at this level. It's not the ability to play golf. We all know they're great players. They're brilliant putters. We know they're great when they're on the front foot. It's that ability to keep the concentration and, more importantly, keep the intensity of concentration at a height. It's not easy. It's not easy. There's no doubt Tiger Woods raised the bar on that. But that's the biggest challenge in professional golf at the really elite level.
And, I mean, when you play ball in hand, it adds another texture to it. There's also amateurs in the field. The rounds are taking a little bit longer, and that just adds to what you're saying about losing that mental strength at the wrong time. Let a silly 3-putt on 6 snowball into errors on the next 2 holes, and a poor mental error on 7. Like,
yeah, I mean, we've all done it, Johnson. I mean, it's not easy playing golf. It's distraction. You know, you get slightly distracted. You make a little mistake, like you 3-putt, where you're sauntering along beautifully with great iron shot after great iron shot. You make a mistake, and then it's followed by another because you've got distracted, and your mind goes, you know, with a squirrel head in a different direction.
High expectations for Rory. We discussed on the pregame show that what's left for Rory to do. He sails into the Hall of Fame. It would be complete the career Grand Slam at the Masters, to cement himself as a legend for all times, and then maybe have one of those monster seasons, 6-win season. But it takes that kind of burning, consistent intensity that you talked about to win 5, 6, 7 times in a year.
Not many players have done it. There's a reason why, as I say, and I'll go back to that concentration levels. And it's not just, you know, the discipline of doing it on the golf course. It's everything off the golf course as well, too. And with all the turmoil in the game at the moment, it's very difficult for all of these players to remain really, really concentrated on their golf with so much going on, particularly yesterday, you know, oh, there's going to be an equity share. What does that mean for me? What, you know, making sure they're not left out in any situation. You know, they've obviously, a lot of them are fielded offers from Live. Do I go there? Do I not go there? All of those things kind of eat into your energy levels and concentration levels. And, you know, what happens off the golf course often happens on it. And, you know, Tiger Woods, as we keep going back to him, he raised the bar to such a high level. I think Vijay Singh had a very similar season, you know, winning as often as he did, and David Duval had a purple patch too. But it's few and far between.